Musashi Industrial Starflight Concern, aka MISC, a ship manufacturer that has created probably one of the best ships that has been introduced into the verse in quite a long time. The Starlancer Max. I would like to welcome everyone back to another episode of Before You Fly. Is the Starlancer Max one of the better ships that has been released in recent years, or did CIG fumble the ball with this one? Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Starlancer Max's ergodynamics, utilitarian use, and its overall design and feature layout. The Max is the Freelancer's younger brother that was recently brought into the verse. Since its initial release, I have covered the Starlancer Max quite a few times, and reading through the comments of those videos, I learned that a lot of you really do appreciate this new addition to MISC's lineup. What is the Starlancer Max's original design purpose? What is the Max meant to be used for, and how to use it? Well, CIG gave us a clear image of what the Starlancer Max's purpose is supposed to be for in the verse, with their ad campaign featuring a group of friends just out in the verse having a good time, living life. On paper, the Starlancer Max is supposed to be a medium to heavy tier freighter. But the Starlancer is so much more because it has so much to offer depending on how you wish to utilize it. I've seen players within the verse using the ship as a dedicated cargo runner or just a home base that they use to go and do everything else in, from bunker busting to outpost running to drug running and pyro. The possibilities with the Starlancer Max is endless depending on your imagination. Running cargo in this big hefty bird has been made easy, all because of the very unique design of the layout of this ship. Directly in the central section of the ship, the underbelly opens up and it drops down two separate cargo grids where you can store up to 128 SCU of cargo if you're utilizing only the cargo grids. And you can also throw an extra 96 SCU if only using the cargo grids in the rear end of the ship. But I have seen people throw in literally over 400 SCU of cargo in this ship just by squeezing in and taking up as much space as possible that they can utilize. And if you watched my If I Fits, I Sits video, then you know that you can fit pretty much every small form vehicle within this ship directly into the belly of the Starlancer without having too many issues, minus the hover bikes that may glitch out a little bit. Let's now yap about the interior of the Starlancer. This ship's interior is very well laid out and designed. It is very ergodynamic for its intended use. When it comes to the flight deck, everything is spaced out properly. Just in case you ever get into a bind or a pinch, you will never be stuck or get pinched up between your other crewmates when you're trying to make your way to the escape pods if you have to abandon ship. But there is one huge issue when it comes to the Starlancer's flight deck, and that is going to be the cockpit, the driver's seat. This window that's in front is very small and makes visibility really low, so when you're trying to land and you're doing it in first person instead of switching to third person to get a better view, your vision is very limited to just what is in front of you. Come on CIG, add some cameras or something so we can be able to see what is going on. Now moving along down to the escape room. This room is really well designed, and I'm not sure if people actually realize that the escape pods will actually blast you upwards out the roof of the ship versus the bottom. The next room is going to be your access room, which will take you in and out of the vessel, and there's also a ladder in case the elevator goes down and an airlock. Moving along to probably, in my opinion, is the best room in the Starlancer Max, is the recreational room. This room comes well equipped with everything that you need for you and your crew of four to be able to survive and have a fun time. This room comes equipped with a full-size kitchen, so you have all the food and preparation space you'd ever need, a really nice dining area so you can be able to chill and sit down without having too much issue, and a pool table to play games while you guys are waiting for time to pass in quantum travel. Also, in this room, there is a lot of shelf space to be able to put trophies and items, maybe subscriber flair, so you can show it off to whoever decides to come and visit you on your vessel. Now let's move on to the part where people say is the most wasted space of the whole entire ship, and that is going to be the habitational areas. Now, the habs on this ship are well crafted and well designed, but people believe that these spaces could have been used for more cargo by slimming down the sizes of each of the habs. But I understand why CIG decided to make the habs like this, because if they were to slim them down and make more room for cargo, then this ship would be a direct competitor to other cargo ships like the Caterpillar and Carrack, because it would have so much more cargo space. But do not forget that there is 2 other variants of the ship, because that area is also modular. Transitioning now to the engine room, I believe this is one of the best layouts I have ever seen for an engine room. There is so much space that you can use and utilize when it comes to swapping in and out of components, and the overall design of this room is just amazing. I will always say this, MISC makes the best looking engines. Also, the engineering terminal and fuse boxes is very straightforward and easy to access. Now we're going to move along to part of the vessel that shines the most, and that is going to be the bottom layer. There's 2 separate open zones where you can literally stuff this vessel with anything. In the rear, you can stuff 2 Ursas inside of here without no issues and more. And then we have the main cargo hull. You can literally shove anything inside of here that can fit on those rails. You can easily slide 128 SCU of cargo onto those cargo grids, or if you're determined, you can double stack them and make it 256 SCU of cargo. The next room is going to be your airlock chamber, and then we have the armory, and in my opinion the armory is the least attractive room in the whole entire ship. When it comes to firepower, the Starlancer Max is adequately equipped to defend itself. This ship comes equipped with 4 pilot-controlled Omniski size 4 cannons and 2 remote turrets that packs Rhino repeaters. Also, this ship has 16 Thunderbolt size 3 missiles, so you have some type of ordnance on this bird. So this thing can easily defend itself as long as you got the manpower to back it up. Who is the Starlancer Max for? It's for the traditional cargo runner, but there's also a whole bunch of other cargo ships that are out there in the verse. Why would you pick this ship over some of the others like the Carrack or the Caterpillar? Currently in game, there is a few cargo ships that actually function properly. Example, the Caterpillar does not function properly because the doors do not go down to the ground yet. Same thing with the Carrack. So currently at this point in the game, those 2 ships are not the most ideal cargo running ships just because it takes a long time to manually load and unload your vessel. And yes, I do know that those 2 ships hold nearly double the cargo capacity versus the Starlancer Max. In my opinion, utilization of space and ease of access plays a huge role when it comes to these ships in Star Citizen. Those 2 are just not optimal right now. But I decided to make a personalized pros and cons list about the Starlancer Max. Let's first look at the pros. 1. Ease of access for cargo. It is so easy to quickly and swiftly load and unload your cargo. 2. This ship pitches and yaws very quickly and very fast. So if you need to turn around, it's really easy to do so in a pinch. 3. She can take a hit. I have rolled up to several bunkers, several asteroid bases and things like that, and just let the AA turrets just pelt me for a while before I felt comfortable in the spot I wanted to land at, and the shields never even went down. 4. The best bang for your buck. This ship sits at $225 of value, so it fits right in between the Caterpillar Carrack and also the Constellation Taurus, which are the best optimal cargo ships currently in game that can hold over 150 SCU worth of cargo. And then 5. The ergodynamic interior. You can really utilize the interior of this ship to make it whatever you want. You can make this ship a home base, a cargo running hitter, or you could just make it a place for you and the homies to chill out at. And this ship has more than one way into the vessel. I keep on saying this, CIG need to stop making ships that only have one way in and one way out, because that's a bottleneck, and if you ever get boarded, you're going to be stuck in the water. But now let's go over some of the cons of the Starlancer Max. 1. This ship has slow SCM speeds. If you're flying around, this thing has about 119 SCM speeds, so it's very slow in and out of atmosphere. But there is a small workaround that can give you a slight boost, and that is going into quantum mode, which will give you a slight speed boost in atmosphere, but it is pretty nimble when you're in space, hitting at a max of about 957 SCM speeds. 2. The limited view for the pilot. So anyone who has flown this ship and they sat in the pilot's seat, they try looking around, they can't see anything except for what is directly in front of them. That right there really hurts the ship in my opinion the most. Visibility is key whenever you're flying around in the verse, and not being able to see what is happening above you and below you really does hurt this ship. Again, CIG, add some cameras so we can see what is going on around our vessel. 3. The lackluster armory. It's a really sad armory. The gun rack is very sad. You can only put certain guns in there. No LMGs, no snipers, only like basic ARs, and that's about it. And then we have no floodlights for the cargo areas. So if you open the belly of the ship when you want to unload and load cargo, you'd think that there would be a lot of light and visibility for you, but instead it's pretty darn dark. Cargo boxes end up turning black sometimes depending on how you're moving them into the ship, and visibility again is key. And then 5, there is no built-in tractor beams. You'd think a cargo ship like this in size and stature would have at least one tractor beam to help you unload and load cargo from the interior to the exterior, vice versa. Now let me talk about my personalized opinion about this ship. I still think that this is a to S tier ship for what it is. It offers a lot. There's a lot of gameplay dynamics you can use this vessel for, and you can do a lot of things with it just because it's so easy to hop in and hop out of it. It's definitely a ship for you and the homies. Me and Gecko the other day decided to go do some unverified salvage missions, and we were loading it up with drugs and stuff like that to get high payout and high yield. We were able to do this very quickly and easily just by slinging the cargo into the belly of the ship, and we were overstuffing it just so we can get as much cargo as we can while we were out there. Also, this ship is really a serious bang for the buck. This ship costs $225 and you get so much for what you pay for it. You can stuff this thing with vehicles, cargo, food, or just whatever you think you can, and you can just fly around the verse and do what you want. Bunker bust, do asteroid bases, pyro missions, whatever you want to do. Go to an outpost that has missile launchers that are firing at you. This thing can take a hit. It will not fail you. The only thing I wish this ship had would be a faster SCM speed and a bit more visibility in the cockpit. Other than that, I have no issues with this bird. It's quite a lovely flight. It flies very well, and it's just fun overall to pile in with the homies and just go out there and do whatever you guys want to go do. I definitely give this ship a double thumbs up just because it's awesome. And boom, that is pretty much why I think that this ship is one of the best ships you can pick up in the game if you're someone who wants something a little different, a ship that can do it all without having too many issues or caveats that won't stop you while having fun in the verse with you and your friends. This ship is very versatile and it can do whatever you want to do depending on what you want to put inside of it. I honestly believe that this is going to be a long time running ship that people are going to love and favor, just like how the Freelancer series was a long time favorite for a lot of people out there in the verse. It just has a lot to offer and people love to utilize their ships the best way they can to get the best bang for their buck. Also, this ship has two separate variants. Has the TAC, which is the dropship variant, and then the build, which is going to be the base building variant. So I'm very curious how those two are going to play out once they actually hit the verse. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure you guys rate and comment. I love when you guys comment because I love to respond back and spitball with you guys down there below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you stay notified for all of my future uploads. It is the biggest feathered bird on this block. Fried chicken out.